I have always had a problem or even a personal vendetta against Crash Bandicoot 1. When I played it as a kid, I believe as a PS1 classic on my PSP, I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't articulate it back then, but I just didn't like it, which was always weird to me because Crash Bandicoot Warped is one of my favorite games of all time. I still have my copy that we got when I was a kid. I have extremely fond memories of playing that game on the PS1 with my brother back in the day. And that's the thing, Crash Bandicoot has always been a difficult platformer. But I think Naughty Dog got the balance of difficulty to fun way better in Crash 2 and in Crash 3. So that is the main reason why I've had a problem and struggled with the game, because I love Crash Bandicoot. I love the later Crash Bandicoot games, and I would have loved to be able to beat Crash Bandicoot 1 just to say that I've beaten every single Crash game, but I just couldn't, especially when I was a kid. And then the Insane Trilogy came around. I got it one Christmas, and me and my brother played Crash Bandicoot 1 for a few hours, and we were passing the controller back to each other trying to do the level. So I was like, this game is just straight up bullshit, and there's no other way around it. It is extremely difficult even to this day, and I'm not opposed to getting good at games. You know, I've beaten all of the Souls games. I've put hundreds of hours, if not thousands, into competitive multiplayer games where I've gotten extremely good at a lot of them. So I'm not opposed to putting in the hours to beating a difficult game or getting good at a game, but the game itself has to be fun to me, and Crash Bandicoot 1 just isn't. Now, I know the Insane Trilogy has some issues with hitboxes, and that is a massive reason why I don't like it that much, but just the overall design of these pixel perfect jumps annoys me, and it reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Country, another series that I can't really get into. While Crash is a 3D platform and Donkey Kong is a 2D one, they do share a fair bit of DNA where they are really difficult. They focus on precision platforming, and they are really high fidelity, pushing whatever console they were on to its limits, and they look great. And if you didn't know, Retribution is actually my second channel. My main channel I started a couple of years ago, and I did a video saying why I don't like Crash Bandicoot, and I laid it all out in that video that I dislike the hitboxes, that it's not always obvious how you are supposed to deal with enemies, because some enemies look like you should be able to jump on them, but you can't. Others look like you should be able to spin attack them, but you can't. And that's just a bit of the design language in Crash 1 that doesn't really fit with me. And this is what I said in that video.
Don't get me wrong, this was a really good first attempt, but it's one I can never see me complete. I can't count the amount of times I've tried to play it, and every single time I give up. So feel free to comment about how bad I am at the game. I am fully prepared for it, but comments are comments, so I don't mind.
And guess what? I'm going to completely contradict past Adam, and I am going to beat Crash 1, or at the very least, I'm going to try beat it. So I started it up, I was playing through a couple of levels, and then I got to the level that I stopped last time, and that is Slippery Climb. Now, I wanted to record my attempt of actually finally beating Slippery Climb, because I've never managed to do it before. Now, not that I have put a lot of time into it, I will admit. I probably gave up fairly quickly, and this level is obviously notoriously difficult, but I am determined to beat it, because I am determined to beat Crash 1 today. There, we have to time these jumps. There we go. Easy. This game is easy. Easy breezy. And my friend, who is a massive Crash Bandicoot fan, was asking me if I was going to 100% this game. And I don't think any amount of money in this world would make me want to 100% this game, if I'm being honest. It is... I think I would just pull my hair out. And, I mean, maybe if somebody gave me, like, I don't know, 500 or 1,000 euro, maybe I would do it, but there's the first death on this level. But unless I get that much money, it ain't happening. See, it kind of feels a bit dirty playing a 3D platformer and not trying to go for 100% completion. I don't mind going for all the boxes in a level. That's fine. But going for all the boxes in the level to get all the gems without dying, oh god, I would pull my hair out, I think, doing it on Crash 1, if I'm being totally honest. And that's why I think Crash 2 and 3 got the balance right. I think Crash 3 got it perfect, almost. Crash 2 is still... like, I think they're still quite difficult games in comparison to other 3D platformers. But they just got the balance so much better. We made it. There we go. See, the thing is... ooh, when I play this, I sweat a lot. My hands are so sweaty right now playing this. And it's exactly... no, I fucked up. It's because I'm talking. It's because I'm talking. And there's the Crash 1 hitboxes. I don't like them. There's a lot of times where you just slip off things. And yes, hit me with all the get good comments. I don't mind. I'm used to it by now. Oh, that's the most frustrating thing, when you just slide off. I don't know if that was present in the original. Again, it's been years since I played the original. I played it. I didn't own it on the PS1. The only Crash game I ever owned on the PS1 was Crash 3. And then I played Crash 2 and 1 as PS1 classics on the PSP, I believe. I've given up on that box. Do you know what? That's what I know. It's a sin. It's a sin, but I just actually need to beat this level. I will be making some crazy faces on this video. Oh, I just made it. Okay. Okay, now this is the first test. I believe there's a checkpoint right after this. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we jump. Okay, well. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sure there's loads of people watching this. I forget how many lives I was at the start. I'm sure there's so many people watching this like, actually, this is very easy. If you've played the game for 35 hours like I have, it's very easy. And I also get a lot of comments about how I'm too young or whatever. That will, you know, I always get them comments like, I don't think you realize I was around not when this game came out, but you know, I had a PS1. This was my era of gaming that I would have started on. Oh, they changed it. It has adaptive difficulty. I got a checkpoint. Oh, is that an actual adaptive difficulty in this game? Because we all know I need it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now jump. Crash. Jump. Jump, Crash. Jump. You jumped, Crash. Fair play to you. Oh, no. Oh, yes. I would like a checkpoint here, but it doesn't seem to be giving me a checkpoint. I have to say, the music makes everything about 50 times worse. Oh, no. Oh. See, this is the problem. You can lose a lot of progress. This also means, does this enemy... Okay, he does respawn. Okay. Okay. The time this a bit better. Yes, made it. There we go. Please, give me a checkpoint, Crash, for God's sake. Oh. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, we're making progress. We're making progress. Give me a checkpoint, please. Come on. Still no checkpoint. I see a checkpoint. Once again, I'm not going for all the boxes in this. I don't care. It isn't happening. Okay. We're safe. I mean, look, all I will say is I commend the people that are persistent enough to 100% this game. I might think it's crazy. I'd say a lot of people will certainly think it's crazy. But I commend it at the very least. No, I fucked up! Okay, I got back. Okay, there we go. I really thought that platform was gonna wobble and fall. Did I make it? See, the platforms though, they deliberately do that. See, everything in this game, it's like how I feel about the way I speak about Crash 1 is how I feel when I hear people talk about Dark Souls boss design and stuff. Like, yeah, this is bullshit, this, that, and I'm just like, I don't think it is that bullshit. You just sort of have to learn, and it is the same here. It's like that platform, them platforms are deliberately designed to not move in a perfect, like, circular motion, so you can't track their movement like the way you normally would with a platform. So with that jump, I missed it because I thought it was going in a normal circle. Like, here we go. Them platforms moving in like a circle, ovally sort of shape. These aren't, though, and that's the thing that killed. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, no, not a checkpoint. Oh, yes. Still no checkpoint. Okay, if I get killed by one of these creepy feckers. Still, oh, well, no, these do technically act as checkpoints, don't they? And yeah, I'm a genius now. Watch this. So we go bop, 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 bop. Oh, get over. Whoop. Okay, and then, yeah, okay, I think I have it now anyway. Oh, it's feckin' slippy hitboxes. Oh my god. This is why I'll never 100% it. Some of it certainly is a get good moment. Other is just this just frustrates me to no end, as you could probably see from this video. I know why you slip off. I know why you slip off, because you're not committing to it, but everything just feels so stiff. And the best thing is about doing this in a pre-recorded fashion is that I can make this look like my first attempt at it. Oh, jump! Oh, you fecker, Crash. Feck you. That was my first attempt. Wink, wink. Go, Crash, go! Yes, feck you. There we go. First attempt. See, this is what this game does to me. It's the exact same feeling as a Souls game, but I actually like just playing a Souls game, whereas with Crash 1, I don't actually like playing it that much. So I don't want to put in the time and effort into it, you know? And I think that's just the difference with when people say get good. Get good is literally get patient. And do you have the patience to basically... Now, getting out of here is really... Okay, I made it. Cool. Okay, just give me a checkpoint, please. All I want is a checkpoint. All I want is a checkpoint. No! No! Okay. Give me a checkpoint now, please. All I want is a checkpoint. Oh! I'm near the end. I'm near the end. Oh my god. See, they're little... Do you know what? Naughty Dog, I love you, Naughty Dog, but feck you. Firstly, I missed those 2 boxes at the start. But they do this. Look, they give you that one little jump. Just at the end of any other game, they're just like, there's the end, you deserved it. But here they're like, no. I did it. Okay, that is genuinely the first time I have ever beat this game. So this might actually bode well. I know there's actually not that many levels after this. So, I did it. I did it. And you got to witness it. Will I ever 100% this game? Not a hope. But let's see if I can actually beat it. So now, after that ordeal, I've finally beaten Slippery Climb. And I will admit that maybe back in the day, I thought that level was a lot harder. It's still difficult, but it's not crazily difficult. I still stand by what I said about this game, just overall not feeling great. Because after that, I went and played all the other levels. I killed Embryo, I killed Cortex, and I finally beat Crash 1 for the first time ever. And I'm glad that I did it so that I could finally tick it off the list. And if you can think of any other old school games that are similar to Crash 1 that maybe I should go back and sort of force myself to beat, then let me know. But straight after playing Crash 1, I started up Crash 3 again. And instantly Crash just feels better to control. He's not as stiff, his jumps feel better. And then later on, obviously, you have the slide and the jump and the double jump and things like that just make Crash feel better to control and ultimately made that into a better game. Now, that triumphant feeling of beating Crash 1 for the first time aside, I do want to save this last part of the video talking negatively or critiquing classic games, because I've done a fair bit of it on Retribution and on my main channel. I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now, and while the majority of the comments on these sorts of videos, like when I go back and play Tomb Raider 1 for the first time and I talk about how it's just not really for me, I don't really like it, I kind of find it a bit frustrating, all that sort of stuff, the majority of the comments are from die-hard Tomb Raider fans that are like, oh yeah, I love the series because it's really hardcore and maybe it is a bit obtuse and it doesn't show you everything. I like that sense of exploration. But I can understand why somebody wouldn't like that. If I was to translate that over to my likes, say Dark Souls 1 or even Ratchet & Clank 1, if somebody sat down and played Ratchet & Clank 1, the original PS2 version or the PS3 version, and said, I don't like this game, I could understand it, because the last couple of levels are balanced really poorly. There's no strafe, so it feels clunky. There's no slowdown when you open up your menu. I understand why somebody couldn't get into Ratchet & Clank 1. And it's the same with Dark Souls 1. I absolutely adore Dark Souls 1. I'll never forget playing that game for the first time on my PC when it released. And that game, especially for a first player, is really, really difficult. But it's also just a bit janky. There's weird hitboxes. You will sometimes be walking near the edge of a platform and fall off it because it just doesn't work very well. Or sometimes an enemy will like bump into you and you'll fall off. And then even at that, there's some bosses that are just kind of bullshit, and areas, Tomb of the Giants, that are complete bullshit. So as much as I adore Dark Souls 1, if I was doing a video on Dark Souls 1 and somebody pop into the comments saying, oh, I don't like it because it's too hard and this boss is bullshit and I don't like this area, and the game doesn't teach me these things, I would be like, okay, I fully understand why you don't like it, and I don't begrudge you for it because it isn't a game for everyone. And to me, with the response I got on the first Crash video, there's definitely this, we are going to hold this game like above everything else because it is a classic. And you get the same critiques of, if I say I don't like the hitboxes, or I think it's too difficult, or it's too punishing, or insert whatever critique here, the main critique back is, you're not good, you're too young, you don't get it. Even though I know I wasn't born when Crash 1 came out, but like, these were my kind of games. I played Crash 3 and Spyro 2 on the PS. It was the second console I ever played, so I was around during this era, and it is my era. That's the era I grew up with. And then the last comment you sort of get would be something along the lines of, oh, this is a classic game, so it can't really be critiqued, you know. Obviously, Crash Bandicoot is realistically one of the most important games in the history of PlayStation. It was the first mascot on the PS1. It was an absolute technical marvel back when it came out, and it launched Naughty Dog into Naughty Dog. Like, without Crash 1, we probably don't get The Last of Us or Uncharted 2 or any of these games. And the industry is a way better place now that we have Naughty Dog, because Naughty Dog have made banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. Yes, I said that a lot, but we wouldn't have even had Jak and Daxter, and that game is absolutely phenomenal. But some comments definitely get into that spot of, oh, this is just the way the game is, and you can't really critique it because that's what the game is. You do definitely see some of it on the likes of Reddit, but now that I'm interfacing with it directly, you do see it in comments a lot. So I just had to talk about that because it is something that was in the back of my mind making this video, because I knew me making a video about how I don't like Crash 1 would get me some of them comments. So I just wanted to get ahead of the comments and just sort of have a little dialogue about it. So if you have any questions or thoughts about this little conversation of critiquing classic games, or how people are very protective of old games and stuff like that, let me know in the comments down below. So there we have it. I finally beat Crash 1, and that's a sentence I thought I would never ever say. So if you've watched this far, I really appreciate it. There will be a great video here that I will guarantee you will like, or you're not getting any money back, because you don't have to pay any money to watch my video, so I'm not giving any back. But I guarantee it's going to be good. So if you've enjoyed it, join the channel members. You know, all of these retro games are very expensive. Subscribe to the channel. Whatever way you want to support is appreciated. And I'll see you all on the next video. Goodbye.